Hey guys, how's it going? Thanks for joining me for another Puzzle and Dragons video. I'm Alpha, and today we're taking BAcetet into Hera 297. And the first few floors, I've got them kind of sped up, as you can see here. This is the second time I ran this dungeon. I was kind of actually, no, I wasn't running blind. What am I saying? I did pull up the dungeon info. I was just running it at work, which is why I recorded instead of did it live. So obviously I'm working hard. Anyways, the first four floors you're dealing with, there's all these little demon swordsmen and stuff like that. And pretty much you could take about one hit from them, but you really can't take more than that unless you're dealing with a shield team like Mir, or you what's it called? You're using a shield, which you wouldn't want to do on these floors anyways. Now, the one thing I did do here, guys, which I think it was a great idea, if you see every floor we've got 3 guys, 4 guys, whatever it might be, and since we're running this solo, I used the mass attack badge. Because the first time when I died, it was because I was hitting, 2 guys or 3 guys, whatever, and there was a 4th guy who was getting hits in on me. So by using that mass attack badge, no matter what attack you do, you're going to be hitting every single card. Because I knew I was doing enough damage, but it was all going into one guy, and I wasn't killing everything. So anyways, that I thought was a good idea. You can see here I kind of flubbed the board. It happens. But one thing I realized, if you look through the dungeon information, Venus, Minerva, Ceres, to an extent, even Neptune are not really that hard to face. They don't have those super big attacks that are going to just wallop you and take you out. You can see here I have no one hypermax on this team. Well, I guess you can't see I'm in the dungeon. My friend is hypermax. I have got Kaede at like 212 or something. No one else has any significant amount of pluses. On my, what's it called? I'm totally blanking right now. The card with the Inherit has Light Metatron there. It's an unbindable card with Light Metatron, Parvati. And, okay, so on to Minerva. And you can see, obviously, there's a 5 combo shield, and the boss has I believe, a 7 combo shield. So that's why I did not want to take in Mir. I did not want to take in any cards like that where I was going to struggle. I was thinking of taking in Zhang Mei so I could just survive the preempt on my own, but I really thought I would be in trouble trying to generate the high enough amount of combos while trying to do Rose and Heart matches, and there's not many time extends on that team. So I thought a team like this, I wanted to try BAcetet just because it's a new team, shiny object sort of thing. Actually, this was kind of a neat board that I did here by setting up all these little cascades. Anyways, I was thinking to try BAcetet. If it did not work out, I was going to go with Raw Dragon. If for some reason that wasn't sufficient, which I really thought it would be just fine, I would have probably tried something like Sephiroth or something where I've got time extends, I'm doing a bunch of combos anyways, and I could output a bunch of damage. That's really all you need for this dungeon. You need to be able to survive the preempt from Hera, and other than that, you need to be able to heal up as well. If you're not putting up a multi-turn shield, which actually Susano is, and I didn't really utilize too well, then you have to heal up from the gravity that Hades hits you with. But you can see here, honestly, I'm kind of hanging out. I did end up getting a decent Skyfall there. It takes out Minerva, but I wasn't really super concerned. And it's the same thing here where there's not really anything that's too difficult that's going to be causing me lots of trouble. You can see I did get a pretty decent 8 combo, Skyfall into 9, and that's going to be enough to take out Ceres. We move on to Neptune, where we have the attribute advantage. However, he's got a decent defense. Let's see, what's his defense at? let me see. 1.3 million defense, and on top of that, he's got 1.5 million hit points. Those are rough estimates. Don't use those as exact if you're trying to run the damage and calculate, trying to run the dungeon and calculate damage. You can see here, I should have hit at least one more combo. I didn't break the defense. And even though he hits relatively hard, his final hit is for 19,000, and he makes a bunch of poison. So he'll make rows or columns of poison and hearts, but on his final turn, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, his fifth turn, it'll be 2 rows of poison. And in that case, obviously, and if you don't have a full board change, you're going to be having some issues there, because you get hit for 19,000, you have a bunch of poison on the board. So you really want to take care of him before that if you don't have a full board change. Now, my friend BAcetet has Awoken Mei Inherited, which is pretty much the reason I chose this friend lead, because I figured something with a 3-color board would be pretty good to make all of the combos that I would need. And you can see there I ended up with a 7 combo, but I did get that Skyfall since we had a Vishnu active going, and that was enough to take out Neptune. Now here, it's kind of a tricky thing, right? I want to heal and combo high enough to do some damage, but really just get the combo so my heal is pretty good, because I've got that preempt coming up, and it's big. The preempt on the final stage is 45,246. So if I mean, obviously I'm going to be using the shield here, Awoken Susano shield, and honestly I was a little worried when I did that. He does have reduced damage for wood attack, which I think saved me right there. That would have probably been game over. So I know at this point, look, he's got 4 turns. I don't really need to rush the kill here. He does have a bunch of hit points. I believe it's 13 million. Yeah, 13,333,000. So he's got a bunch of hit points. But really what I want to be doing here is hitting that high combo, but without doing the multiple green matches. And I use that TPA just because I didn't want to leave too many wood orbs on the board, so I wouldn't do, I wouldn't catch a Skyfall since that Vishnu active was up. Alright, so here obviously he's pretty low. My health is pretty much full, so I know that if I match up here with the heart orbs as a match and get a high enough combo count, I should take him out. So I'm going to use that Susano active because it is a multi-turn active, so even if by chance I did not take him out, I would still have the shield up the next turn, and Hera hits hard enough that I'm not going to survive anyways. After hitting after getting hit by that preempt, if I were to get hit again, I would not be able to really heal up enough. So I just wanted to match up as well as I could here. It wasn't really that good of a combo, to be honest. But it was a 16x, and then I got that nice Skyfall to bump it all the way up to 56.25. That'll definitely be enough to take him out. And here we go. So that preempt kicks in, and it kicks in hard. So I'm down to 1,000 hit points. If I only had 2 more, I'd be very elite. But we're looking okay. So the Mei board was pretty good to me. You know, when you're dealing with some of those boards that have variable amounts of orbs, you can sometimes get screwed. And here, even though I probably didn't really need those extra wood orbs, what I did possibly need is some wood Skyfalls to get an extra combo or 2 to make sure I'm going to be doing enough damage. So looking at this board, I'm seeing TPAs on the left side, on the top side. I'm going to put some on the bottom, and then in between all that, we need to be matching up enough light and dark to proc that leader skill as much as possible. So I'm trying to figure out the board here. You can see obviously I'm going real time now. I'm no longer no longer trying to rush through this. I'm showing the footage real time. We get 9 combos on our own. We get 2 in a Skyfall, so we get a full 11 combos. We proc the leader skill all the way with 1 TPA in there, and that's enough to one-shot Hera. So she had 35 million hit points, and we were able to get that one shot without any sort of damage boost. It shows the sort of damage that BAcetet can really put out there. And I was pretty happy with the run. Like I said, it was my second time. The first time I died because I was trying to match TPAs while getting enough combos, or I was trying to combo high but didn't get TPAs. But by putting on that mass damage awakening buff, it was really enough to power me through those early floors. I could stall on the mid floors and then just let her rip at the end. Anyways, guys, let me know how you deal with Hera here. Really, all you need is a lot of damage and either a ton of HP or a shield. There's really nothing too tricky about this dungeon. So, Yo-Yu, BAcetet, any teams like that, they're just going to crank out damage. I imagine maybe... no, you know what? Kenshin would not be good because of the combo shield. But there's a bunch of ways to do this one. Unlike Zeus, which was really tricky, this one is a lot more straightforward. I hope you guys get the clear, get that nice 297 to throw in your box. I'm Alpha, and you'll see me next time.